Welcome back to the... Oh, God, no.
All right, Jeff, I'm going to need you to take that again.
7th Star to the Right. There we go.
You did it.
Yeah, I just blanked on the name. Welcome back to the 7th Star to the Right podcast. This is our 13th session. How are people doing? Yeah.
Oh, no.
The way you always emphasize that too makes me feel like it's the sequel to something. Like, Too Fast, Too Furious.
7th Star to
the right.
Yeah, it's because I don't say from the right, because that's not the right one.
Those are different. Yeah.
Yeah,
because this one is you have a star in the center and then you go 7 to the right. This one, it's the 7th star from.
Yeah, which is relative.
Which is where
you
we
don't know.
That's the wrong star. Don't go there. What are you doing?
It's a whole different podcast.
There's no dogs in that one.
Good old
why
Argos.
would we even go there?
You don't want to go to that star.
All right. So
Dogless.
it's been a while since we've had our last session. We had a brief recess for Easter. So
Yay.
What do people remember from last session?
Last session was a giant info dump. I learned many things. I basically just sat there reading books and stuff the entire time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
What kind of interesting things did you learn, Kirsten?
As she scrolls up her notes. So we learned that the station itself was created to basically just make robots. It makes simple robots and it sells those for money. And then it was working on making more complicated robots. R&D eventually make something that will make them even more money or something like that. We learned that there was discussion of taking a snapshot of a human brain and implanting it inside of an AI, which will never come up again. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Also can create synthetic life. Also, this entire place was backed by the Gale oligarchy.
Yep.
That they were right outside of Gale before they made their unsecured hyper jump thingy that broke everything.
Mm-hmm.
We know that psychics help in the making of AI, or there was like a lot of theory around that and getting it to be small enough that you could get it inside a robotic person such as myself.
Yep.
There was also mention of a Quinn that existed that was described to have a core that was a tall cylinder with scaffolding on it.
All right. Yeah, that about sums it up. Philip and David, do you have anything to add? I know you guys each had your own little scenes about different parts that you wanted to deal with over the 2 days of sort of downtime between the next sort of venture deeper into space station.
Yeah. So Micah had a little chat with Rodana about a company called Zethra, and she got directed to go hit up Danny to maybe find out more about that. It seems like they've had some dealings with them before, but more to be found out.
I gave Claire the dog.
It's
her problem now.
I didn't want to deal with the dog, so I gave it to Claire.
The dog chose to follow me. Bad choice.
Bad choice, dog.
Alex can barely take care of himself, dog.
Fantastic.
Cool. That's about sort of wraps it up. It was a lot of RPing and also info dumping on Nona of all of the different things that are happening within the station. So at the end of last session, Rodana came up to you guys and basically was like, here's what we're going to do. So to start things out, she comes up to you guys. Do you remember where we left off exactly whether it was in the medical bay with Claire or at your ship or anywhere? Anywhere in particular?
Let's say med bay. That's where we tend to hang out, I guess.
All right. So
No
you guys are in the
so
med
long.
bay. Fu and Diane are... Fu's better. He's no longer on bed rest. So
Yeah.
you guys and Rodana, along with Claire and Argos, who is sort of silently woofing, just sleeping by her cot. And Rodana comes up to you guys and is going to start discussing the next part 2 of Let's Crack This Pre-Tech Space Station Open. So, right, she's a gruff.
It sounded like that surprised
person.
you even.
I always forget that this is how she does
Until
this.
it came out of my mouth. And I was just like, what's going on here?
So, while we were doing some recon around the inner ring, we found schematics for the core. And so she lays these schematics out in front of you guys, and she starts going over the different points of contact. But let me sort of describe what you guys see in front of you. So obviously, as we've described many times on this podcast before, this is sort of like a bulbous thing within the center of this station. You can see schematics that go down.
See, Jeff, the problem with that description is that I don't get it. I don't follow that one at all.
Compare it to a fruit.
It's oblong, like a grape almost.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
it
the
was
whole thing it's just a floating grape.
no, but it's pierced by like a straw, and that houses
there's like
the elevator. Yes,
I know. Okay, got it.
I get it now.
we've already broke Kirsten.
Okay.
You know what? I got it for sure. The bulbous thing is the grape.
So we are looking at the grape right now.
Going to the grave, you guys.
It's just so descriptive.
And you see the different levels of this central location, and there's you see the elevator runs the entire way through it. Now it does do a little bit of a sidestep when it comes to the core. So it's a futuristic elevator.
So it goes
Kirsten.
sideways.
Yeah. So what happens is it goes
Wonkavator, if you
down,
will.
and the core is actually in the center of the station, and
So it goes whoop.
it looks like the elevator looks like it can swing around the central location and then go back to the center once it's moved past that command sort of center. And as Rodana is sort of describing all of this, you can see that this probably is the point of origin for the defense system.
The core itself.
Yes.
Cool.
The levels above and below it deal with are the factory production line. So it has machinery for the creation of expert systems and virtual intelligences. Additionally, it has shipping and receiving on those levels to get materials to build into these components, and then also ship them out from the central location rather than having to send them to either end of the station. And she draws your attention to a couple parts of the elevator. And she says, one thing that this schematic shows is while we can both enter on the top part of this and move our way down through the factory into the central core, we could also continue going through the elevator, and there should be a door that leads to the central core. We don't have a ton of information about what that door sort of looks like. It probably was used to move things in and out of that central command, but in all likelihood, it has a lot higher defenses since that's where we're trying to go.
I mean, Micah has proven that she is very good at opening doors. So I'm sure we can figure something out there. Sorry, did you say that we could take the elevator straight to there, or elevator all the way down and then a set of stairs up?
This is so top. We'll still have to manually get down there.
If you could describe it as some kind of fruit salad, a banana perhaps.
A banana on top of a grape, but the
Please.
banana is smaller.
Please avoid cantaloupe.
So
Worst part of any kind of fruit salad.
She goes on to describe basically the idea is there are two ways that you guys can get in. Obviously, you could use the elevator, but that would obviously draw immediate attention. There is two places that you could enter in from. You could either enter from the top of the grape, and then make your way down through the factory, effectively through stairs, and
To get to the center.
central of the grape. Or you could go all the way using the elevator shaft, go farther past that entrance point into the center of the grape, where there should be a door there, but
The seed.
in all likelihood, it would be stronger than a work office door that Micah was able to hit down a couple of times, and probably even stronger than other elevator doors.
Oh, no.
Additionally, if some sort of alarm is raised, there's not a whole lot where you can go in an elevator shaft.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what's being described to you. And she goes on to say, so we have 3 options here, 2 of which have a small group that manually goes down, either goes through the top and tries to make their way silently through the core into the core and turn it off, goes all the way down through the elevator and tries to go in through the back door, which high risk but high reward. We'd be going straight there, but we don't know what we might find, and if we do get called out, we could face heavy losses. Or we could go all in, take the elevator down, let them know that we're coming, but come down with a full force upon them and try and fight our way to the central core.
So, like, jam a bunch of people into the elevator?
Yeah.
Because that worked very well for them when they tried the same thing.
I don't love that plan, but it is an idea.
No, green hat thinking. Just get the ideas out.
We don't know what kind of resistance we'll face down there. In all likelihood, it is powered, but because there's nothing living down there, there's no life support system on.
Okay, so again, green hat thinking, throwing out ideas. How attached are we to the elevator? Is there any other way down if we don't have the elevator? We took the ladder down the shaft. Could we do that late again?
Yes.
Are you going
We could
to
take
be
the
able to
manual
do
shaft.
that?
Oh no. Well, I would probably. Well, we could figure that out later. But to extend the idea, we have a bomb, and we have an express way to deliver the bomb in the form of an elevator, and then we have a way down in the form of a ladder. We send the elevator down. It goes ding dong, and then everybody tries to look in to see what's in there. Surprise! It's a bomb.
So, Dix has looked at this bomb.
Nuke, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's if we set that off, we will destroy the entire station. I would rather not do that.
Okay,
Could
plans.
we make a
plans Z.
smaller bomb?
If possible, we would like to keep the central command location intact because we would like to use it at some point. And sending a bomb there to destroy it is not in our best interests.
Okay. Well, that was just an idea.
I like
It was a
Just
smart plan.
spitballing.
I like the,
I like the
the
idea.
elevator surprise idea though. I do like that.
Send elevator, take us down. We go through the back door, send the elevator down later as a distraction, and we beeline it.
So this back door, we're pretty sure it's going to be like really fortified, but is there any plan on how we could get through that? Because I mean, if it's stronger than what we've dealt with before, I'm not going to be able to brute force through that. I'm good at breaking down doors, and thank you, Alex, but not that good.
We could reach out to Dix and see what kind of equipment he has. In all likelihood, we could have some sort of satchel charge that might be able to try and burn its way through.
It sounds kind of iffy if we don't even know what's there. I'm kind of leaning toward just going in the front. Maybe that's just me.
I was just wondering if we could somehow take advantage of the fact that there are two doors. Say you send one party around through the front door, and then at the same time, if we can figure out how from the inside to open up the back door, and perhaps there is a large gun or something in there, that would be better than not.
All right.
We do believe that this door is also coded, so in all likelihood, we could also try and hack through it. It's not similar to the other elevator stops within the station where the doors open automatically. You need to know some sort of code in order to get in. We could perhaps take the elevator down. That would immediately alert that the system that we're coming. Try and hack in through that door, and if it works, we're right there. But it would know we're coming and could probably mount defenses within the central command station itself.
Yeah. Thing is, if we send two teams, then we just have half as many folks on each side, and they know that we're coming. So I don't know if that is going to be the most effective thing, really. Where, I don't know. I usually don't like the sneaky kinds of plans that count on them not knowing we're there, because I think we can take them. We just go in the front door. But if you or Alex want to come up with some clever plan, go for it.
That's about all I've got. Giant gun in the elevator.
I mean, hey, giant gun sounds pretty good to me.
Not the most finesse plan, but a plan.
So just to be clear, if we go in through the top, they know we're there. There's a front door that...
If we use the elevator, they know we're there.
Or we have to do more climbing. Yes.
certain
This is
death,
dilemma.
certain death or exercise. It's probably exercise. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. I don't know. I'm leaning towards the back door. Is there no reconnaissance team that could talk to us a little bit more about what's there? Whether there's a code. I mean, if there's a code and there was a key at one point.
I would like to clarify something here. We've been saying front door and back door, but as I understand it, it's sort of the opposite of what that would kind of normally mean. Or maybe I'm reversed. Because front door, as I understand it, is the climb down, walk in, and it takes a while to get there. But it's not a, hello, everyone, we're here. Whereas the back door, which is traditionally considered to be the more stealthy of things, we are referring to mean the door where you drop in the middle and try to go directly in.
Yeah, let me clarify. So what Radonna believes will notify whatever is defending this area is actively using the elevator. So climbing down manually is the more silent, stealthy approach.
Mm-hmm.
There is 2 entry points into this location. I guess there is also a third on the bottom part, but you would move all the way past everything else and have to go up then.
They'd never see that coming.
You'd have to do more climbing.
This is not a problem for my character.
So the notification is the actual use of the elevator itself, not going up and down the elevator shaft. Then there is the additional, there's probably more security on the central location, but it is sort of a back door because you won't have to go through all of these defenses. You would assume you would just be open door, you're there.
And so the elevator is what we would use to use what we're calling the front door. Yeah.
No, back door.
Am I still turned around? I'm even more turned around than I thought.
All right. We got 2 means.
Relabel them.
We've got 2 means and 2 entrances.
Yes.
So you've got 4 different ways of going about sort of doing this.
Okay.
You can go stealthy and manually climb down. You can either go through the top elevator door, which you would have to then go down through the factory and then down into the central core, or you could try and go through the freight elevator door of the central command center itself.
Yep.
Or you could use the elevator and either try and push through the defenses through the front door. You could also try and use the elevator and go in through the central location. But then you would need a code probably, and also you're effectively saying, "Hey, we're here. We are going to open this door now." And as Alex pointed out, maybe something similar will just be set up on the other side, ready to mow anything down when that door opens up.
So, knowing our options, I think that, gun to my head, go now, I would climb the ladder to the freight elevator door. Once we're in place, we'll see if we can get those open. If it's looking good, time it so that we open the door as the elevator itself is being sent down. Load the elevator with EMP grenades because we can't set off a nuke in here, or something that will roll out. Hopefully take some attention and take out some of their forces at the same time while we, I guess, do a mad dash for the central console.
Okay. You'd have to get the EMP grenades from Dix. But yeah,
I'm assuming he would give those to us.
Yeah, we could probably work something out.
One would hope.
I have one still. They're very useful. I was going to plan.
You might want to keep that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to keep that.
So let me just make sure I fully comprehend the plan here.
As I said, I don't know if it's going to be like the plan, but that's kind of what Alex would do.
Mm-hmm. You were going in through the top part manually.
Mm-hmm. Going to the freight elevator manually. Or
we're using the stealthy entrance, but we're trying to get to the harder to open door that leads directly to the center.
And where will the elevator of EMP grenades
right
go
through
to?
The top. Whatever's furthest from the central console, probably. But otherwise, something
so you were trying to go in through effectively what is the back door, and then making a commotion,
a distraction
at the top. Okay, yeah.
Surprise.
We could try and figure out what those the codes are to that, unless any of you guys are proficient in hacking. We don't have a great hacker here. Yeah. We could try and go through some. We could try and go through some of our the data that we've gathered from the inner ring and see if we can find codes for that.
I tend to know my way around computers. I could probably help, but I would prefer let's try to figure out the code beforehand as opposed to a live hacking scenario.
Agreed.
Less time pressure and all that.
All right. We would like to move as quickly as possible so we can get this all sort of locked down. We don't have to defend ourselves from any more retaliation from the defense system. So we'll be moving in a couple of hours. In the meantime, we'll be looking for those codes. Do you guys want anyone to go with you? We sent Tony with you last time.
He was a huge help.
Yeah, I think we can handle it.
Just the three of you?
Yeah, I
Wait,
think we're good. Yeah, no, Alex, you were a champ back there. Like, don't undersell yourself.
You could
We're
always
good.
have another gun. Like, it's not a terrible
Nah, I
idea.
don't think so. I think we're good.
She just looks back at you guys and, why don't you work something out and get back to me? I'm going to go try and look for those codes.
There's no extra credit for doing it on our own. Like, that's not.
But it's so
might go
boring
help
when we
to
have
do
extra people.
to do the coding thing. I have no.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope
Let's
more people is better, but I
let's
do
go
not
s-
have strong opinions.
let's go see Dix and Nona. You can see if you and him can comb through some data, and in the meantime, we'll argue about whether to take anybody or that dog or something. I don't fucking know.
We shall throw the dog at the bad guys.
He's very heavy.
So what are you guys doing right now?
Going to see Dix about finding the code and also grabbing EMP grenades for the plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in general pursuing code. I'm gonna go help try and find the data.
Okay. Also, I think I mixed up. Zix is the big one.
Oh.
Dix is the small one. Sorry, guys.
Dare you.
Dix and Zix.
Dix is the small one.
Yeah. Zix is Zix is Zix is the one with the spider tank legs and basically covered entirely in crystal. So you guys are heading over to his laboratory where I think Alex, you met with him last time and he was working
He
on
has the nuke, yeah.
pseudo-nuke, yeah.
Mhm.
I like that you asked Alex and Alex responded. Oh, okay.
Lord, are you there?
So you guys are making your way there. Claire was in there just sort of listening and nodding to everything. You guys say goodbye to her as you make your way that way.
You stay right there.
The three of you head over to Zix's sort of laboratory, and you can see he's elbow deep in some sort of tech. You can't quite sure what kind. It looks like a machine of some type. And Dix is off to the side, sort of carrying a bunch of tools that, as Zix asks for something, he'll, yes, sir, and hands up like a wrench or something, and Zix is working. And he sees you guys enter, and he says, yes, can I help you?
Hello. Hi, Alex. We met. I don't know if you've met everybody. Yes, you probably have. We just got finished speaking with Rodana. I'm assuming you know that we're going into the core in a matter of hours.
Yes.
So we were hoping to get your help. We are doing a two-pronged assault. One stealth going in through a very heavily guarded door with potentially code access. The second prong being a surprise attack with an elevator full of EMP grenades that should roll out or preferably spring out of the elevator when the doors open. And we figured there was nobody better to help us set this up than you. Potentially going through some data, seeing if we can find the code somewhere on the station. Otherwise, with EMPs.
I can look through some of the tech that I found. They might be a high-level admin that we could find and see if they know the codes. Just have it somewhere written in plain text on their computer.
As they do.
As they do.
The sticky note.
We'll have to find some way to time the elevator most effectively so it goes off right when you guys are trying to do your thing. I'm not entirely sure how much defenses they'll have directly around the elevator, so we'll probably want something. And he's going through these things and sort of like pulled up a whiteboard and started just writing a bunch of things. He says, yeah, we could probably do something like that. I'll probably have some sort of like,
I figure some kind of slingshot. There's tension just in the doors when they open. You can kind of, I don't know.
it's awfully a bit prehistoric, don't you think?
Sometimes primitive ways to work.
And he starts drawing something up, and you can see like the body of it looks to be just like a regular old EMP grenade, but it has these little wind up like tracks on it, like tank tracks on it. It's like, what we could probably do is just have EMP grenades sort of roll themselves down into the area and just start going off one by one. We don't have to have too much really. They don't need to be too smart, just
try and go in the right direction, and if they hit a wall, turn.
Roombas.
Yeah, the EMP Roombas.
Oh no.
But yeah, well, I could probably get this up in a couple of hours. And he looks over at Dix and says, Dix, can you work on trying to get those codes from one of those pieces of tech that we got? Yes, sir. He sort of does a
Gee, they both sound
little
so
salute.
alike.
Hey.
I only have one voice for both Ursum and Torque. You're gonna have to get used
Don't
to
be
it.
racist, Nona.
You got
Not all
two
torques sound the same.
voices. Don't forget Drunk Cookie Monster. Sorry, Philip.
In a couple episodes, we're going to meet an Urson and he's going to sound like Yogi Berra.
Hey, boo-boo.
Hey, boo,
Hey,
boo.
boo,
You'll
boo.
see.
I have a mechanical eye. I see better than your average bear.
So you guys talk it over, and you guys sort of described a little bit what you wanted, and they immediately sort of hop on. They're
I'm
very
gonna go
problem
help
solving.
The coding part.
So you're going off with Dix, and he
Yep.
has just like a pile of sort of these different com pads. Then he just starts going through each one, sort of going in and trying to find the password, and then look around it in the files within there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I will help with that. I have, yes.
Okay. I was
the
about
thing
to
that you were
pose
about
a
to
question.
ask, I was about to pose a question about. I have a routine called query data. This is at level 1.
Oh
It is.
yes.
Commit processing for the scene as a main action. Ask one question about a database you have access to and get a reply as if you had virtually unlimited time to search and examine the database's contents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure that'll work here because I don't know if we're dealing with one database or we're dealing with like a bunch of smaller stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to ask and see if that would be helpful at all.
It seems that the local network is down, just probably due to not a whole lot of maintenance being done on it. But the local contents of each of the computers is intact. Like some
Okay.
of them you come across and you realize, this has been corrupted in some way, and it's parts at that point. But you can go through, you get about like half, maybe a little bit less than half that actually are still usable in some way and find something on them. These compads were found strewn around the inner ring. So some of them come from just a data assistant or something like that, which doesn't have a whole lot of very useful information. Some of them come from a little bit higher up, but no one you find immediately in the sort of couple of minutes that you were going through, anyone with high enough clearance to know that the code to that central command location.
I am trying to figure out where I left Dr. Reed's
Kyle
laptop.
Reed's laptop. I believe it was in the ship, so you could go and look at that and say, "One moment."
I can go get the laptop. I'm honestly not very helpful here.
I don't know how that's fair. I don't know how stealthy we were trying to be about that.
I don't know.
Projection disc. I think I'm actually carrying it on me.
Oh, all right. So you're like, wait, let me take out this laptop and see if I can find it.
I think I would attempt to do I'm digging through the piles. Oh, look, a thing I found kind of deal. Not that it's anyone's business but my own.
I want you to give me what would this be? A dexterity sneak check.
Oh, no.
Fantastic.
I will say the only people in this room that would
Actually, you know what?
care about this.
That would be dumb. If I take it from the pile, I have to put it back in the pile. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go, hey, this is one of the things that I claimed as my own. I suppose that's scavenger's rights.
Yeah.
And say, this might have some useful information on it, and make a big show of this is mine.
Okay. Yeah.
Exact opposite of stealth, in fact.
I've been in this house for 2 weeks. It's mine now.
So remind me of that routine that you were talking about. What exactly can it do?
It is. I have too many notes. I need to start making multiple.
And you've been
tabs.
able to open this compad before.
Yes, I think I got into it successfully. Commit processing for the scene as a main action. Ask one question about a database you have access to and get a reply as if you had virtually unlimited time to search and examine the database's contents.
So you can basically do like queries very quickly.
Yeah.
So you were
start
looking
from-
specifically for this command central code.
Yeah.
It's on there.
Yay! I did it!
Well,
So you guys
what does
have the access codes now to, so you don't have to like blow your way in or anything like that. You can just manually make your way down, enter those codes, which is just like an alphanumeric string of things.
Yeah.
So make sure to write it down on a piece of paper.
Yes, I'm going to immediately share these codes with the rest of my.
What does Nona
understand.
using her query look like? Does she like USB port like from the tip of her fingers? She's just like, "Cling, I'm
I'm
in."
really sure.
Or
Is
is
it on like a local wireless connection?
Yeah, I think there would be something a little bit more mechanical about it. So describe what you think it looks like, Kirsten.
What I think it looks like.
Yes.
Good. Honestly, before we started talking about like mechanical access to things, I was kind of thinking like really fast typing. Yeah, like basically that.
too fast.
But if not that, I would suspect I don't know if Nona would have this, but the thing I would envision being sort of a sci-fi nerd is kind of like something in the hand, like the fingertips or whatever, and just kind of like USB port
Yeah. All right.
kind of thing.
So as Zix is elbow deep in creating a bunch of these little like EMP Roombas.
He's just gluing wheels onto him. Come on, dude. Like primitive my ass.
Hey, you got a slingshot. You just go boo. His walking dude thing. And Dix is obviously on computers, so they're not really noticing what you're doing, sort of very slowly. And you connect to the laptop sort of internal memory, and you're able to find, you like do a query of these types of codes, and it is encrypted, but you're able to pass through that encryption, like you have access to it, and now you have this plain text password that you can put in to gain access to that
Great.
that back door that we were talking about before.
I'm going to memorize this, and then I'm going to make sure to un-USB myself from the computer and say, I have found it.
All right. And then Dix looks up and is like, awesome. You must have taken a pretty high admin. Yeah. All I was finding was like love letters between different people and people writing emails about how they hate their job. And it just...
Why would you write that on an email in your job?
I don't know. So you guys have the codes now. I guess Rodana comes back to you guys and says we weren't able to find anything. You're like, we got it though. So you guys have your little army of EMP Roombas. You have the codes in order to get into that centralized location. So one of the things that Rodana would definitely come back and talk to you guys about is if you guys need any additional help, which Alex and Micah, you need to talk about.
Oh, we forgot to discuss. I would like another gun. I don't see any downside to having another person to point and click.
You know, like...
Who's around besides Tony, though?
Talking about
what is
the
not take Tony?
logistics, I guess. Okay, yeah, we could not take Tony.
I'm perfectly happy not taking Tony.
I guess it makes sense.
The amount of spite we feel for this almost completely undefined character.
He's only been kind to us.
Objectively, he was really fine.
He wanted to make sure that Nona was like not hurt. He was like, "Hey, Alex, why are you like mad?"
They threw him under the bus.
He gets nothing but scorn.
Yeah, because he started out as a little bit of an anime emo lord.
Somewhere inside me, I feel like you're trying to avenge your clan.
And I hate it.
Honestly, I just don't vibe with that.
So are you guys effectively going to bring this to Rodana?
We can
would
take
like
one other
more
person who's not Tony.
I'm going to let Micah lead on that
Who
conversation.
do you have that's not Tony?
So Rodana, she obviously comes back to you guys and is talking about this. She's like, we have a couple of other people, some Ursum. Obviously, Fu and Diane are kind of out right now with Fu injured and Diane looking after him. But why not Tony?
I don't honestly.
You know, we just didn't really connect. You know, it's kind of I think we have different styles.
Yeah.
You know, it just didn't work out. I don't know what to tell you. It just didn't work out.
I'm not going to lie to you. There's literally no reason not to take Tony.
I mean, he didn't trust me when I said I was fine.
You know what? Just us three. Fine. I'm fine with that. Just us three. We know each other.
Yeah, just us three, you know.
I wanted to take a bear.
No, we're not taking food. He will die.
Oh no, I thought we said there was other Ursum available.
Oh, you did.
My bad.
So the Paragon freelancers came out of the Paragon clan, which is an Ursum clan. There are a bunch of other space pandas that are around.
Guys, I want to take a space panda.
You guys just want to take one of the space pandas?
I mean, Kirsten does.
We are tripping over ourselves on this decision. Does
no,
Nona really want the panda
Rodana's
now?
like,
Nona does not care about this decision.
Tony's one of
at all.
our best
Kirsten.
guns.
All right, well,
and we would hate it if
I'm just
that's all
trying
we
to
got.
figure out.
No,
like, was he mean to you guys?
No, he was great.
Was he unprofessional?
We would hate it if Tony
I didn't
died.
realize that you were so emotionally invested, Rodana, and us taking Tony. I didn't know that about you.
Rodana.
Sometimes you have to let the bird fly from the nest, Rodana.
You understand that this is a business, and if you have issues with one of my employees, I need to know about it so I can reprimand them accordingly.
Are you HR? Have you been HR this whole time?
I'm the CEO.
You're incorporated?
No.
All right,
I'm
going
very confused.
off the rails here.
I have an
Brett.
administrator of +1, and I'm very confused. So
Look,
this
I don't think we're trying to start any shit. We just think it would make the most sense if we go down by ourselves and get all the salvage rights for ourselves.
Oh,
Agreed.
Agreed.
So we already discussed previous salvage rights. You guys are getting paid previously. We're wrapping up the job now.
Yeah,
said
but the
you
stuff
want
we can
more?
pick up from down there.
She gives you like her eyes sort of like narrow.
Hey,
a
listen, if
bit.
we get it done, we get it done, lady.
Space capitalism.
Honestly, I'm just going with the flow now.
I
Where
just
are we
wanna
in this
go
conversation? What's
inside the
happening?
grave,
Let-
you guys.
I'm the only person I've ever met with this accent, and I'm literally just vibing.
All right, hold on.
Rodana, we just want to go in the hole. Can we do that? Can you let us do that?
Oh
know what?
my god.
Do whatever you guys want.
We're such a mess.
Fuck yeah. Negotiating.
I'm so tired, guys.
Just want to go in the grave.
Yes. Side note: David's been up since like 4 a.m, or something like that, taking care of a new puppy. You're already driving on fumes, aren't you?
Oh man.
All right. So after that mess of a conversation, it's just going the 3 of you guys.
Okay.
Rodana has given you guys a similar tool that Tony used in order to open up the elevator door the first time for you guys to go down. So you guys have a tool in order to open up that shaft on the I would assume you'd start from the second ring rather than the first ring and have to climb like 40 minutes.
That'd be great, yeah.
So you guys have that tool. They've rigged up some a call. So what are the things called?
Compads?
Is it compad?
Walkie-talkie.
The walkie-talkie thing. Is it compad? I thought compad.
That's
was
what the phone is.
data slab. Yeah, data slabs are the
Data
laptop
slabs are the
ones.
big ones.
And
Compads.
Metatool and-
So Zix comes up to you, Alex, because you seem to be the most sane of the 3 of you right now.
Six, why did I not take Tony? I'm immediately regretting my
I
decision.
mean,
So give us a call on this number here when you're about to enter, and we will send the elevator down with our EMPs.
Good, yeah.
I am going to, if at all possible, write the password on people's vac suit arms. Is this a vac suit kind of situation?
It is a vac suit kind of situation.
And I'm hoping the password is something a little bit more complicated than password. If it's something that there's any chance that people wouldn't be able to instantly remember.
It's a string of alphanumeric things. It's not the most easiest thing to remember.
Is the string swordfish?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't make up a word.
Damn.
Okay. So
That's
good security, good password security. So I'm going to write that on whatever they're intending to wear down, so that if something should happen to me,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I know it.
You're giving them post-it
I'm
notes.
redundancies.
Yeah, that's completely fair. You're making sure everyone is aware of the note.
Yeah, you can just scribble that on my arm right here.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So
Did
you
it have
guys-
to be permanent marker?
And it's like futuristic permanent marker. That shit never comes off.
Wow.
So I assume you guys are going down in the similar fashion that you did before. Micah, you're going to be using your sort of pressure field.
Mhm.
Nona, you're going to be not using an armored vac suit because you
Just
don't need a vac
normal
suit.
Vac suit, yeah.
And Alex will be using the armored vac
Yeah.
suit. Okay, cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you guys head to the elevator. You guys want to do anything else before you head to the elevator? Actually, I should probably ask.
If there are extra EMP grenades that I'm assuming that they're probably all on wheels, but if there are any that are not, I want to, grab one or two.
Yeah. There's a. You can see. Are you going to ask Zix specifically for them, or are you just going to take them?
Oh, I'm gonna ask Zix. As he's kind of gluing Hot Wheels to him or whatever. It's like Zix can actually take one or two. I don't want to take away from the distraction, but if shit hits the proverbial space fan, I would like to have a little bit more than one.
Yeah, I can get that for you.
And he drops you a 3
Nice.
EMP grenade. So you now have a total of 4, I believe.
I do. All right, I'm all set.
Okay, so you guys are all geared up and you are ready to head down. So
Just for sanity's sake, I remember that one of my spare projects that I was working on was incorporating my more or less backup life into the ship. I'm fine with whatever state that is in, but we might want to, for the record, know what that state is.
So in 2 days, so I looked up, there's a thing within the rules called ship mods, so I might want to talk about it. There's not exactly a ship mod for that, but so there's a thing within Stars Without Number that allows you to put out modifications of your different tech and also your ships. This allows you to be a little bit of a tinker, especially for experts with like extra fix. And I think there's some amount of mods that you can have that is equal to, I think, your fix number or something, but we'll deal with that mechanically in a little bit. But this is something that you would be able to do. It would be a little expensive. So obviously all of the parts to controlling the ship are already there, but there's not a whole lot of parts to augment a consciousness interacting with it. So you will need to, it's not just about making a command thing where you can stick your thing in. It requires some extra wiring throughout the entire ship in order to make everything work together.
Level 1 goal would be to have it be not necessarily that I could control the ship, but maybe if it's got like a comm system, which I think it does, like hooking that up to it.
Okay.
And if that is a thing that is more reasonable to do, and like put it in the ship in a place that is not just like, because before it was just kind of laying around with a little speaker attached to it.
Yeah, it was hidden, I think, a little bit, but it was just sort of laying around. So
I want to put it like in the ship, as in like behind a panel, weld the thing, and also have it hooked into the speakers. I don't necessarily need it to get to the point of
being able
that
to
conscious can drive the ship.
I will say with the amount of time that you've had, we might need to discuss exactly how much effective parts, because this would require some of those pre-tech parts that you were using, sort of hoarding before for healing yourself and stuff like that. So it would require some of those parts and probably some time and effort, and probably also buying some things that extra things just from like the Paragon freelancer saying like, hey, do you have an extra bit of this thing lying around or this? So we'll talk a little bit more about what that expenditure is at another time or off air. But yes, you were able to do that. If you were to move from this core into the other core, you would have access to, you would effectively be able to work on the comms part of the ship.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
And that also would allow you to call anyone else if need be, and also talk through the ship itself.
That sounds like a good state to be at.
Cool.
I'm okay with this.
I'm gonna make note of that in case something bad happens to Nona, and that happens.
Just in case. My mighty 9 HP can withstand any attack. Yep, it's 9.
All right. Anything else before you guys head down?
So no, I think we're gonna help load the MP grenades into the elevator and then head down ourselves.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Because we're kind of going down.
I mean, it's just
in
like
the
putting a
right-
bunch of Roombas inside.
herd the Roombas into
Go, my children.
I say Roombas, but they're a little bit more sophisticated than Roombas. They're able to make their way like out into the area, but they're not super smart.
Whereas a Roomba would just bounce around the elevator. And
Yeah, and then you
never
get
made
caught
it
on
through
a
the
rug.
door. There's guys who are right in the elevator.
And then destroy the elevator.
Yeah,
they
it
have
would-
like a little LED display with like a little face on it. It's like happy face, frowny face when it bumps into a wall.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Excellent. Okay, that's what I like.
That's exactly what we're dealing with
Good,
here.
good.
I'm also going to, for stealth reasons, write the password on my arm as well, even though I do not need that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
All right,
ready for it.
who's going down first? Because there'll be the.
I will go down first.
All right.
Okay. I was gonna say normally I would suggest I open the door, you jump in. As
Hey.
seems to be
Yeah,
your.
I was going to go down in case there was something already there when we get to the ground floor.
Oh, I see.
Alex wants to be in the back. In case he falls, somebody needs to be able to catch him.
But listen, if
Should
if
we
you wanna
safety
go
tether
on first.
ourselves together this time so there's less chance of falling and dying?
is there still kind of that grate behind the ladder, so it's hard to actually fall?
You can still fall down. You can't
Okay.
fall. Yeah, there's still the grate, so you can't necessarily fall into the shaft
Fall
itself,
All the way out.
but you can
yeah.
still fall down the ladder.
Sure,
That is
sure.
a thing.
No,
Before, I don't think you guys had tethers. You
we
just
didn't.
went.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, having learned from last time and being concerned about people falling, perhaps we do want to.
Yeah, last time you were definitely a lot, or were more stealthy.
Yeah.
This one you were going up to possibly a very fortified location and might need to defend yourself from there. So
Yeah.
if you guys would like, that is something that you could easily get from the Paragon freelancers.
Okay. Yeah. I think,
Additionally,
that
are there
sounds
things that you
smart.
guys are bringing as opposed to not bringing before you head down?
Hmm.
I'm not letting you guys just have a bag of holding. There is
Yeah.
encumbrance and stuff.
Yeah, I'm following that. I believe, both my normal data slab and the black slab, like the hacking one.
Yeah.
I'm currently just carrying around Reed's laptop. I think I'd like to go switch those out.
Mm-hmm.
Put Reed's laptop in my room and then take the thing that is particularly good at hacking.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the off chance.
Yes, I think I'm going to take the same loadout as on our last mission, which is just having the meta tool and I think the monoblade knife as a backup weapon.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna leave the mirror ball and the wide awake serum, those drugs.
The
And
ones that help people like stay up.
the
or
one that's helped
focus.
people stay up and focus. I'm gonna stash hidden in my room somewhere. Well hidden, hopefully.
Gotta
Yeah.
hide it from your druggy space daughter.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Oh, baby.
But I think that everything else I'm taking.
Okay, cool.
I will leave. So I have two separate things. I've got like spare parts, which I think are just general spare parts, and then something else we referred to as various robot Healy things. Are those just
I don't
all
think
spare parts?
I don't think I referred to it as various robotic healing things.
I mentioned that. No one corrected me. So.
I'm pretty sure those are your exact words.
I think those are the same thing.
They're the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Effectively, what you were doing is you were harvesting like components from these.
Yeah,
virtual
but I
intelligences.
thought I had originally, maybe I'm completely making stuff up, but I thought I originally, before we even went to that second ring level,
Mm-hmm.
brought like some spare parts with me in the hope, like just from the ship. We had like the pile of scrap.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
that's more like scrap than spare part.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's different levels like that. That stuff is very bulky and is used to maintain like ship stuff.
Gotcha.
The stuff that you've been gathering on Glazov 5 is a lot more like it has that advanced sort of circuit boards and stuff like that. So it's the more expensive bit than just like the scrap itself.
Cool.
And that's what will allow you to heal. The scrap itself, the big scrap, like the ones that you have like 5 or so tons of
Cool.
that Glank gave you
Yeah.
is for fixing the ship
Okay, cool.
or fixing large vehicles or something like that.
Updating
Large things.
notes appropriately.
And that reminds me, would you two feel any safer if you had one of those badass guns that we picked up in the other area? Would you like that? They're probably pretty cool. Haven't shot one yet. I don't know what it does.
Would that
I mean,
would that be good for you? I know you don't drink. Sorry, it's a John Mulaney joke.
There's too many decisions of things to what.
I don't know what those weapons do. I don't think. I think I'm fine with my rifle.
Yeah, you sure? I mean, they look pretty cool.
I'm
but
gonna take one
up
of
to you.
those. I think I've actually
right.
I've got one, but I don't know if it's the one I want to have because I currently have a laser pistol, a laser rifle, and one of the weird shotguns. So like my two normal weapons, and I had picked up and was
A
carrying
pre-tech
around
shotgun.
the pre-tech shotgun.
Sorry, were these owned by the invading force? The
Yeah, these were carried by the Terran Mandate operatives.
Yeah, so what we've got on the ship right now is some of those same shotguns that Nona's got one of, and some combat rifles and some SMGs.
Can we just fire one? Is there a quiet place we can fire one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we
you
go find,
guys,
like,
you
a
guys
shooting
still
range.
had some time before you were going to do it. You
Yeah.
could go.
We were sorting out inventory before.
There's
Yeah.
a
Literally in the
firing
elevator.
range here, so yeah,
Yeah.
you can definitely go there.
Yeah, let's do
Go
that.
do that. I want to go fire my shotgun.
You know, that makes some sense. We should maybe see what they do before we take them.
And maybe uncover their stats.
Yeah, because a little part of me is like, well, maybe they're loaded up to fight robots.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
So let's do that. Sure.
All right, so you guys head over to the firing range. Are you bringing each type?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
I'd
I'll take one of each.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just gonna hold on to my shotgun, but if nobody else was gonna take one of each,
And are you each going to take a shot at it, or are you just one of you, or who's doing this?
I'm stepping back. Alex isn't going to pick up a gun he doesn't know.
yeah.
Nona seems the most interested, so maybe
yeah,
she
I'm
can just
gonna
do it. I'm
go
not
fire my shotgun.
not amazing with
At a
normal
thing.
Do a
people
roll to hit.
guns.
I forget how that
D20.
Okay.
D20 just plus shoot, or is it plus dex and shoot?
It's Dex and shoot. I think.
Yeah, Dex and shoot.
Mhm.
I believe there's also an attack bonus that you
Got a
get.
5.
Okay, so you know how there's those papers at the end with like a humanoid sort of
Yeah.
silhouette, and you take a shot at it, and you take you're off target. Like
That's
you
cool.
hit it in like its abdomen or something. But can you roll after taking a couple of shots with it? Can you roll an intelligence notice? No, wisdom notice.
God damn it.
Sorry. Or no, it has to be this is more of like a feel thing. It's not like a no thing. So
You have to like know it.
7.
We're never going to figure out what these fucking guns do.
so you take a couple of shots with it, and it feels good. It has a not like that. Not like a oh yeah. No, not like that.
Okay.
It's like when you take a swing with a baseball bat and you hit it directly in that sweet spot and you just sort of go through it. It doesn't give you that ringing. It's just it's a nice sort of firing to it. And what this means mechanically is that you have both +1 to damage and 2 hit. Like it is a little bit more devastating on the other side of things, and it also feels just you aim better with it.
Cool.
This is true for the shotgun, for the submachine gun, as well as the combat rifle. Now, as we also described before, it has this like exhaust port, right? Where the ammunition for like these different types of weapons normally would.
Mhm.
And you take a couple shots with it that you would normally take to sort of go through the entire magazine.
Yes.
And as you get to the point where you would be done with that magazine, you try and fire again. Nothing actually fires, but you hear whirring on the inside of these machines as it seems like pull in something from the atmosphere. And you hear just a ka-chunk.
Oh, that ain't great.
And as you fire it again, it is full again with ammunition again. So what this means mechanically is while you still need to effectively reload on your turn, this ammunition is unlimited.
Nice.
But
would it be useless if there was no atmosphere?
I think there are specific weapons that work better with one in 0G. I think they're called like void carbines or something like that. But because it deals with making a firing a projectile, and it's not dealing with there's no explosion or anything like that. It's almost more like a rail gun kind of deal, but not like a big rail gun. You would assume that it fires just fine in
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we're more worried about
what he
the
meant about
reloading.
the pulling in stuff from
The
the atmosphere
reloading.
to reload it, I think is what he meant.
What
If
happens
there
when
was
there's no atmosphere?
if there was no
Yeah.
air, if you were in void and you ran out, would it not be able to reload?
Yeah, that's a good
that
question.
you're not aware of.
Oh,
Okay.
well, go
I
test
guess we'll
it.
have to find
Probably
out.
probably not. Let's go find out.
Let's fuck around and find out.
Cool.
I'm gonna stick to my laser rifle. As long as there's that doubt, Alex isn't gonna take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my telekinetic weapons, obviously. But
I'm gonna bring the shotgun.
Nice.
I like the shotgun. The shotgun is good.
All right.
Also, never mind. I didn't actually fire anything last time. I was just
Didn't you? Did you? I don't know.
Either way, we discussed and I went and got more ammo. So all of my things that still rely on traditional ammo are at full.
Yeah, you guys are all like fully
Exactly.
loaded up.
it's been a couple
Okay.
days.
Cool. Great. I will probably eventually want to know stats on that, but we'll figure it out when we try and hit something.
I mean, I can give you the stats right now.
Sure. Yeah, if you're willing.
Well, what are you for the combat shotgun?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me look that up. I got it right here because I'm so
Like having
prepared.
Options.
Maybe we snipped this part.
Quite possibly.
No,
Jeff.
it's fine. It's fine. So the damage is 3d4 plus 1. The range is the maximum range is 10. Oh, it's only 10 meters. That's not super good.
I mean, that's how
Shotgun is shotgun.
Yeah. So
Video
10,
game shotguns.
10 meters, it will fire like regularly with a regular 2-hit. And its maximum range is 30 meters. I forget what exactly happens once you go past a certain distance. I think like your 2-hit gets reduced by like 2 or something like that.
Gotcha. Also,
Anything
the other two
else?
have a shock stat.
And it is 12 magazine. The shock stack is for melee weapons.
Oh, I see. Cool.
And melee in Stars Without Number, if you try and hit something and you miss, depending on how low the AC, the thing that you're trying to hit is, you will still hit it for some damage.
Cool.
Additionally, the combat shotgun can be fired in burst mode, which effectively uses 3 shots, but gives you +2 to hit into damage.
Got it. Okay, cool.
It's also true of the combat rifle that you guys have.
Cool. So there's that. We know what the guns do. Also, probably gonna want the tethers for climbing safety.
Yep.
Cool.
So you guys, I think you guys are ready. Is there anything more that you think you need?
I think we're suited up. I think
I'm
that's
good.
it.
Time to journey into the dark.
Yeah.
Once more into the fray.
Here we go. All right. So I'm not sure who. Let's say Nona, you're the one operating the tool. So you take the tool in, you pry open those doors. You've gotten the elevator in between, so you can sneak underneath it and get into that maintenance shaft.
I'm going to try and stand ready behind her for when the door opens in case there's something right there.
Yep. So the door opens. There's nothing directly there. There's no elevator itself, like car itself there. It is just the shaft. And it is, the same elevator shaft that you went down before. Dark and dimly lit. What is the order that you guys are going to head down in?
I think if you're fine with it, I'd still like to go first to open door and then move kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll do that. That works. And
Oh,
I can
please.
spot Alex.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Nona, then Micah, then Alex?
Yeah.
And it's a similar way down the shaft. It is, again, a long journey, about 15, 20 minutes of just climbing and climbing and climbing. As you guys are making your way farther down and down, you pass a door. This is what you would have known as the sort of the front door
Got it.
itself. Guys aren't going in there.
We're not. That's
going
that's
farther
the
in.
Roomba entrance.
Yeah, it's the Roomba entrance. And so you guys keep making your way past that door, and it's another 5 minutes, and you realize that it is no longer straight up and down this elevator shaft. It appears to sort of slowly, decline. So rather than going straight down anymore, you're also going slightly laterally. Similar this is where you would assume that the elevator shaft sort of like does that little side step around the command console.
Right.
And then as that sort of banks out, it declines again. So you are face straight up and down. So you guys it was hard, then it was a little bit easier since you guys were going slightly sideways. Now it's hard again.
Sure.
And you guys come to another door. This looks very different than the doors that you had seen, both on the inside where you came from, as well as the first one that you passed. Those were pretty standard doors, but this one seems heavy duty. There is a coding panel that you can see on the inside. On the inside, on the outside of the elevator door. So just slightly to the what would that be? Well, it depends on where you look at it. From where you guys are looking from it, the panel is in between this maintenance shaft, this ladder, and the door itself. Nona, you've seen this first since you were going first. What do you do?
So here is, I'm having a little bit of trouble visualizing this. Is there any like sort of platform, or are we going directly from ladder to door?
There is a minor platform
There's
with
like
a little bit of there's a little bit of a lip there, so
Okay.
you can sort of go in between, and it does have some handrail. Otherwise, Space Ocean would yell at me.
Yeah. Thank God.
How many of us
So-
can fit on that?
Just one.
Okay.
Okay.
So I assume, Nona, you're stepping out onto that lip, and Micah, you're gonna go down and sort of be like next to her.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and see her inputting the thing, and then try and look through if and when the door opens, and kind of stand ready to
Right.
act if anything happens there.
Does opening this door alert stuff? Did Rodana ever mention that?
Was my thought. I was thinking this is the point in time.
Send the elevator.
We send the elevator down.
yeah.
We wait
That
to
was the
hear
plan.
commotion. Okay, just checking. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna just go then.
Maybe not
Cool.
even wait to hear, just kind of trust timing if we got like a time on things, because we don't know if we're going to be able to hear the elevator.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's a bit of distance.
Yeah. So I assume you would hash this out, so you guys would have a general idea of how long it would take for the elevator to get there, as well as for the EMPs to do their thing. And that would be like about 5 minutes or so. Probably like a minute or two for the elevator itself, and then a little bit for the EMP grenades to sort of walk out and start making their commotion.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, so at that
We're
point,
gonna do that, and while we're waiting, that probably unclipping tethers so we're not all tied to each other.
so,
Okay, so you're no longer all tied to each other. Are you tying off to anything else?
I'll tie it to the railing.
Okay, so Nona, you're tied to the railing. Micah and Alex.
I'm just holding on to the ladder, I think.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I'll call Zix. Okay, we're in place. Send the elevator down. Yeah. Agreed upon time and all that. If we didn't have a time, that's where I would have asked them, but
Okay. So Dix sort of responds on the other end and says,
The payload has been sent.
1,000.
and you guys are just sort of waiting there, and you can hear rumbling that going on above you. Again, you guys are out, like even if an elevator car came by you, you are sort of within sort of this shaft in a safe spot. So it's not like you have to go into some sort of
Into a wall crawling.
yeah. You know, the things that happen like in subways where you have to go into like one of those alcoves and you're like, oh no.
Oh God.
So you hear this, and it's slow, low rumbling, and it gets louder and louder and louder until you hear it stop. And that's about where you would assume when it has reached its stop and is opened.
299, 1,300, 1,000. No,
And I
no.
assume
code.
you guys wait a certain amount of time.
About as much. Ideally, we would like to get as close to timing it with the beginning of the chaos.
Yeah, when the
as
elevator
possible.
comes down,
Yeah.
punch in the
So
code.
yeah, when it's happening.
What
Yeah.
kind of saving throws do you guys have?
Bad.
That's never a great question.
I'm not glad you
Physical,
asked.
mental, evasion, and luck.
You're right.
Ouch.
All right, Kirsten, I want you to roll a luck saving throw.
So saving throws
Okay.
are when bad shit happens to you So you have to roll to see if the bad shit actually happens.
Cool. So we're trying to get at or above
Yes.
on a d20. Cool.
I'm doing this for the timing of everything.
So we're
okay.
rolling a d20. And for reference,
Fair
my
enough.
rolls are 13, 12, 12, and
I
13.
did not make it.
Bad shit's probably going to happen.
It's all right.
So you heard this low sort of rumble before. You tried to time it up, and you open up the console and start going in and trying to put in the passwords, and you hear both below you and above you some sort of like skittering happening.
I forgot to check the vents.
Metal against metal, and it's. Can everyone make a wisdom notice check, please?
Roll 3d6.
I suppose.
Dropped as low as.
Wisdom and notice. Yeah, that seems about right.
9.
That was cool. Join us, Micah.
5.
Oh.
Micah is too busy watching Nona to notice anything, but Nona and Alex, you guys look around to sort of see where the source of this noise is coming from. And you both see silhouettes, humanoid silhouettes, because
Ghosts.
silhouettes. Oh, ghosts
Oh, no.
is haunted.
That would be hilarious.
2 below you and 2 above you.
Sweet.
And they're getting closer and closer. But as they get closer and closer, the silhouettes, they seem to be less and less humanoid. You see 6 appendages sort of crawling along the outside of this elevator shaft and a long articulated tail at the back end. And as it gets closer and closer, you guys see that this is some sort of robotic amalgamation. The torso,
Of
course.
the torso of these
Robotic
things
amalgamations.
seem to have been made from like the security bots. These arms were from the soldier bots, and they can sort of like swing around the chassis itself such that the arms can basically flex backward while it's facing forward at you.
They can't do that. Don't
not
let him
allowed.
do that.
And the
No.
tail is a bunch. You can see almost. It looks like the arm segments of a security bot, sort of all attached to one another to form this long tail. Where at the end it has one of those stun batons, and the face is one of the comm operators, similar to what Adam is. Just an amalgamation of all of these different types, and there's 4 of them right now. 2 above and 2 below you that are crawling at you. And we are going to need to roll for initiative.
Okay.
Hey, no, why'd you stop typing in the password? Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, no, I was planning more of a type, Micah, type.
All right, we're gonna need
Yeah.
we're gonna need to pause while we get things ready.
Yeah,
Cool.
God. Okay.
No.
Cool.
I love these things.
They're cool. I like them.
I asked that if you're going to EMP things down.
We
first.
can't do things. They're on the walls.
Yeah,
on the
they're
walls.
crawling up and down the
They're
shaft.
in
So,
the Z.
Philip, if you'd like to describe sort of what I've drawn out here.
Yeah, it's quite disturbing. So we've got me on the ladder behind Nona, who's on the platform. Alex is right above me, and then like on the walls, out above and below us, but yeah, on a different axis, we've got 2 robots that are above the spot where Nona's punching in the password, and 2 that are quite a bit below. And yeah, so things like an EMP grenade probably wouldn't work because they're on a vertical surface.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Super
Fun
cool.
times. So, Nona, with your 9, that allows you to go first in this combat.
Where's the closest one?
So the
to
closest
me?
ones are probably the ones above you guys. They're, I
Yeah.
think, a little bit closer than the ones below.
Okay. And range. How far away would you say they are?
They are probably about 10 meters away from you. The ones below you are probably about 20 meters away from you. I know exactly what you're going to do.
Yeah, I get to use the shotgun. Okay, quick question. As I understand it, you get an attack and you get one other thing you can do.
Yeah, you guys should probably see this
there
sheet
they
of
are.
things.
Yeah.
but it's generally an attack and a move action,
Uh-huh.
and some things might take a move action. I think reloading takes a move action and stuff like that. But you would be able to, for example, if you wanted to, take a shot and try and start punching in that.
That was exactly my thought.
I think maybe could you actually? Can I? Is there only 3 of those? I'm sorry, Philip.
It's all right.
Yeah, use a skill as a main action, which would probably be entering in that password.
So
So you can't
cannot
both fire
do both
and
fire.
try and fire at
Okay.
the same time.
Well, I guess since I'm going first, then I will sacrifice my code entering ability to do this. Great. I am going to aim at. Actually, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, no, that's probably better. I will do the shotgun at the one that is closest to me.
Okay.
Because he's 10 meters away, and so that is 3d4. Well, I
We
have
have to roll to hit.
Roll the hit, which is a 20.
D20.
Right.
And then you add your dex, shoot, as well as your attack bonus, I believe.
Oh.
Is that not true? I believe that's true.
I don't think I've been doing that.
Oh, yes, you should be doing that.
Yeah. Well, because the various weapons have a attack of 3 next to them.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. Never mind. Oh, there's the attack bonus. That's what it's doing. It's adding the 3 of those together.
There you go.
So
yeah,
it's a
and-
total of 3. 1, 1, and 1.
It
Yep, there you
calculates
go.
it on the sheet for you.
I got a 13 plus 3 equals 16.
That hits. So you take a
Fantastic.
shot at probably the one closest to you that's crawling right above you. You take a shot at it and you hit it directly center of mass. Can you roll for damage, please? I think
Yes.
that's 3d4 plus.
It's 3d4. 1.
Yes,
believe.
plus 1.
10.
So you hit that one squarely in the chest. It loses its grip of the wall and just starts to plummet down the elevator shaft. You can assume that it's dead. If the shot did not kill it itself, the fall certainly would. The next one is the 2, I called these spider jaguar bots.
Okay.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That much, but all right.
Named after Jeff's middle school metal band. Oh, they're fast. Oh, they're fast.
Oh, boy,
they moved
they're
off.
zooming.
Oh, they're really close now.
And they closed the distance. The bottom 2 both moved, and they closed the distance to our intrepid adventurers. Alex, you're next.
Right. Shit. Do I have a foothold to shoot here? Would I be able to?
I don't believe. So what you could do is what Tony did briefly when you guys were going down, is sort of lean up against that grate. You can fire out of the grate. It is like a chain link kind of, but a little bit stronger than that. So you could lean up against it and try and fire through the grate at these things. Or if you want to be a little bit more stable, you could take out a pistol and have 3 points of contact and fire out at one of those.
I am going to climb up the ladder a little bit as much as I can.
Okay.
I want to get out of EMP grenade range of Nona, if possible.
You're going up.
So you're going up.
Yeah, I want to kind of okay,
Wait.
fuck. Not having a rifle, not
Okay.
having anything like that. I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna ready an EMP grenade, and if that spider up there starts crawling, I'm gonna pull the pin so that it just kind of runs into the grenade itself.
I see what you're doing.
It'll fry my compad and probably my bioscanner or whatever, but I can't. Alex isn't gonna be able to shoot this.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Quick question. I'm assuming that none of these things are lined up such that when that one fell, there was any chance it landed on another one. Is there?
No, so it's we have a 2D plane here,
Mhm.
but keep in mind that it's 3-dimensional and they're on
Yeah.
the walls, so it would have pushed off and fallen.
Oh,
into
okay.
the shaft
And down the middle of
itself.
the shaft.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was up here. This was one of the top ones, but then it fell down
It
this
fell
way.
down
Yeah.
that way. That I got
Okay.
confused because he took the piece off the board in the opposite direction
Yeah,
of what I
'cause-
thought gravity was.
Whoop.
But I was like, that's not how that's supposed to work. I shot it and it fell up.
I was thinking briefly about if I wanted to have the gravity on this ship be all the same way or switch in
Uh-huh.
the middle. And
Oh,
I
that
felt
would've been
like
fun.
it would have been too weird to have it switch in the middle, especially with like if someone had stairs that tried to go up into the middle and then they're just weightless for the middle bit and then have to sort of turn around and then fall
Land
the other
on their
way.
Sounds like
That's
a good time
cool.
to me.
I like
Very
Yeah.
not OSHA compliant though, so gravity's all one direction on this
Oh,
this ship.
Damn
OSHA.
space
Okay.
OSHA.
Don't want workers falling infinitely in an elevator shaft.
No fun for anybody.
But yeah, that's my move and my main.
Cool.
Cool.
Ready that thing. Yeah.
So that was Alex. Micah, you go next.
All right. I'm going to reach out to the two that are remaining that are lower than us on the vertical plane. And I'm going to try and activate my slip field on them. So,
Oh, I love this. Yeah.
so
how
what
does that work against?
So what
Yeah.
slip field does, I can read it out here. As a main action, commit effort for the scene and decrease friction at a point in sight. Up to 10 meters in diameter are affected, making it difficult for enemies to move from their current position. All chosen targets make an evasion saving throw or fall prone, becoming unable to stand up or move more than 1 meter per move action taken. So I'm hoping that means they just fall the heck off.
So they get to make an evasion saving throw, though.
Yes.
And that I assume that would basically mean they get away from the slip field and have to move slightly.
Oh, it says, yeah, if they pass the saving throw, they're immune to this feature for the scene.
Oh,
Oh, does it
for the whole scene.
Does this
Yeah.
only work on
So it's a little bit of an all.
organic enemies?
No. Targets. No, it specifically has a thing for if you do use it on cars.
Okay, cool.
So it's a surface you're making.
Yeah,
It's silky smooth.
Yeah, so,
Okay, so-
I would like to try and visualize this as, using my same little kind of glowing yellow triangles to sort of tessellate out over this space and make it very slippery.
Well, that was a natural one for one of them.
Hell yeah.
So one of them was unaffected, but the other one got a natural
One.
one. So you can see you sort of telekinetically try and smooth this surface, and one of them has like a little bit of trouble and then sort of moves off to the side as it continues its way up towards you guys, and the other one just rapidly tries to find its footing again and doesn't, and just falls into the shaft itself outside of this scene.
That's what you get trying to be sneaking up on us using the walls. Gravity's a
How
bitch.
dare you? How dare you try that?
And
it's-
now
to move, I'd like to maybe move a little bit higher up. Just if I have trouble seeing the one that's higher up there, I want to make sure I
Okay.
kind of have everybody in view, basically.
If you
Alex, did you tell Micah what you were planning on doing?
No, but if
I do not know what he's doing.
All right.
No,
All
all
right.
right. Not.
So this one sees you, Alex, and starts to beeline towards you, which activates your held action. And you sort of have pulled the pin on this EMP grenade and just sort of holding it out.
Static
at
in the hole.
I'm going to say that does give you like... I assume an EMP grenade going off in your hand is not the best feeling in the world.
No.
So I will give you a point of damage for that.
That's fine.
And this thing gets a saving throw to try and reduce halve the damage. It failed. It also rolled a natural one. I'm gonna get rid of this die. Start rolling this one over here.
Please do
So it
not.
takes full damage, which I believe is 2d6.
I think so. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I roll.
Additionally, any circuitry on yourself or on Mike, your person, has been fried.
7 points of damage from that.
Yes, that's going to wreck my meta tool. Awesome. So I don't have a flashlight anymore. Damn it.
Well,
I owe Glink a compass.
so you said 7 points of damage?
Yeah.
You can see it sort of seize up, and again, it falls off the wall and into the abyss below. There is only one left, and we're at the top of the order again. Nona.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Cool. Did it get within my 10 meters or is it still farther away?
It's about at 15 meters right now.
In that case, probably a laser rifle is a better plan.
You would have to drop your combat shotgun because that's the one that you currently used, right?
Yeah. Okay, I can just combat shotgun at it again.
Yeah, give me a chance to quickly look this up because I believe you take a minor penalty. I think it's -2
Mm-hmm.
for firing on something
That's outside my
that's
ideal
outside
range.
of your ideal range.
Yeah, sure.
Here's Jeff looking something up.
Actually,
You have
What
a,
if I
a
just-
new idea?
readied the action to shoot it. Is that allowed?
Oh, yes.
So I just
When
ready
you-
it,
Yeah,
say,
do that.
hey, it's gonna come at me, and then wait for it to get within that ideal range and then shoot at
Yeah,
it.
there's a thing called also a snapshot, which allows you to fire on at a negative penalty. But I do think you're holding an action right now, so that is a little bit different than a snapshot. So I think you can just do that. You're waiting until it gets close to take a shot at it.
Yes.
Especially since you're not moving from where you are right now anyway.
That is
That
correct.
just makes sense.
All right, and it goes next, so it does start to move towards you.
Right.
So it moves within its range. I assume you take a fire at it before it gets
Yes.
within melee range of
That
you.
is
So
exactly the
roll to
intention.
hit.
Rolling to hit. 12.
That is a miss.
Damn it.
So, and you added your bonuses, right?
Yep, that was adding my bonuses. I rolled very bad on that one.
So you take a shot at it, you miss. It's off to the side, and
Did you miss? He was right in front of you.
I shot and then I missed.
Then I ate a popsicle. Then I missed. So he moves up directly in front of you, Nona. So he's in front, below you, and he's climbing up, and he now has his hand on the ledge right below you, and this articulated tail shoots up at you and makes an attack, and it
I don't like
Kills
this at all.
you.
Instantly.
it
That's all right.
rolls a 14 to hit.
That does not hit me.
Wow.
So the stun baton tail sort of shoots up at you, and you glance out of the way, and that is its turn.
Cool.
Let's see. Next is Alex. It's your go now.
Yeah, since I'm firing down, it's probably gonna be
I don't think you can see it.
Yeah.
Is it blocked by the walkway kind of thing?
It'd be partially blocked by Nona as well.
Mm.
So it is right now below that sort of lip that we were talking about before. Nona can see directly in it, but you are above Nona. So Nona's
Got
kind
it.
of
It's
in
down there,
between
huh?
you
Yeah.
two. Yeah.
cool. I'm going to hold my action until I can see it. Just kind of like 1 foot against the grate, rifle pointed down between the legs. I look down, I see Micah. So, oh, fuck, I did not expect you to follow me. I thought you were going to go down.
Didn't expect you to explode a grenade right here.
It's an EMP grenade. It's not a grenade. I would not have done that at danger close. You're kidding me.
You broke my watch.
I'll buy you another watch.
Fantastic.
So, Alex, you're holding your action, trying to wait until you get a shot at it.
Yeah.
All right. So it's now your turn, Micah.
All right. How difficult is it to move down this ladder as far as using movement is concerned?
It is easier to go down than it is to go up. So I've been moving you guys at like 5 or so meter increments. I could, if you want to slide down, that could take you down pretty quickly. But I don't think I would allow you to slide down because that's sort of using a skill and then take a
Slip
shot
for
in
you.
the same
If
turn.
well, if I wanted to climb down enough that I could see the robot well, would that be feasible or would that be too far?
That would probably be too far.
Could I move down to where it's only partially covered? Or just that's like it's not really
I'm
in the
very
You
question.
much
could,
in
so you
the
could
way.
move down to where it's partially covered, but keep in mind it's partially covered
covered
by
by
Nona.
By Nona.
Oh,
Mm.
I mean, you know. do
Yeah.
what you gotta do, man.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll move as far down as I can.
Okay. Do you want to
Uh,
try? I'll let you move like, so you're in line with Nona again, or you
Sure.
could try and slide down, and I'll make you roll for it, and you can end up below them, so you
Or
can have a
could
full.
end up very below
Yeah,
them.
I'm just scooting around this ladder. That movement last time really didn't work out. Yeah, I'll try and do a cool ass slide down the ladder maneuver.
All right. Can you roll a? This would probably be like a strength or dexterity exert,
Okay.
whichever. Probably a dexterity exert.
Okay, it's all
You're
the
not-
same to me.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 8.
Right, you're able to skillfully slide down this ladder such that you are now below this amalgamation of a robot. So you're able to just sort of hold down the side and just go never let go, which would be very bad.
Never let
And
go,
that is your
Jack.
turn.
Let's not do that.
Next, Nona, is now your turn. Keep in mind this thing is in melee. No,
Did you
Alex,
already go?
he held his action.
Oh, right.
He still can't see it.
Right. Okay.
So Nona is now your go again. Keep
Cool.
in mind that you are in melee range of
which means
this.
if I fire on it with a two-handed weapon,
It'll get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. So I have been having a thought.
Mm-hmm.
It is probably a
Stop it.
stupid thought, and I'm not 100% sure I want to do it.
I'm gonna pee on it.
But
Believe in yourself, Nona.
well, the thing is like I'm attached to something and he's not. Is my thought.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not maybe
Are you
necessarily
jumping off
picturing
and
this-
like kicking him?
Swan dive into freedom.
like I don't know. This is what I wanted to just bring up and discuss with the group. Like one, I don't
It's your
know how
turn.
feasible
Yeah.
this would be. Is that like one? He's kind of like he's grabbed on, but like where is this like a kind of
Yeah,
deal?
he
or
seems like he's coming up in such a way that you can get most of his body with if you tried to like kick him, for example.
sure.
And if you put your entire body weight into it, it may dislodge his hold. I would make him
Okay.
like it. Basically, how I'd have this is you would try and do like an unarmed attack. If you hit, you deal some damage, and additionally, he would have to roll a saving throw to hold on.
Got it. Okay. And if I don't exactly know how shotguns work, but I've seen this done in movies. If I like hit him with the butt of the rifle.
That would be
Clubbing the
clubbing the weapon.
Okay. Looking it up.
Does that look good to you?
Do you want?
I'm not sure. So it says turn a gun into an improvised melee weapon to avoid the penalties of firing in melee.
Yep.
Pistols are treated as small primitive weapons. Rifles are treated as medium primitive.
It'd be a rifle.
Okay, cool. Figured neither deal shock damage. Rolling max damage with an improvised club breaks the gun. A weapon must be unclubbed to fire. Cool.
So you can club it and attack with him. Attack
Cool.
it. That would deal 1d6 plus 1 damage.
Okay. I would be okay with attempting that.
All right. So you are clubbing up your shotgun, but probably like changing your hold of it a little bit, so you're hitting him with like the butt of the gun and sort of coming down on him.
Yeah.
Roll an attack.
Because it's a melee attack. Is it different? Is there?
Yeah, you can make melee attacks without incurring attacks of opportunity.
Doubt I hit him. I got 5 on the die.
That does not hit him.
Yeah.
So you're tangled up right now trying to bang him off, and he's still coming up. In fact, it is now his turn, and he comes on top of this platform right next to you.
I fire through the grate.
Yep, you do.
Sweet.
We'll see what happens. Dex shoot. 14 to hit.
14 to hit. It does not hit.
Okay, that's fine.
So
I'd like to make a snap attack.
Okay. So that I think you take that as a penalty, and also you can't attack on your turn. Is that correct?
Correct. I lose my main action on my next turn, and I take a -4 to hit.
Okay, if you
Wow.
want to do that.
Wait, holding an action says firing from a prepared firing position or ambush provides +2. I'm assuming that means like a gun, like pit, like some like
That means
a full
like
amount of time. Yeah.
you have like prepared this position. You definitely not
Got
prepared the
it.
position that you're currently in.
No, not at all. Would not be here if I thought about it.
So this is -4 to hit.
Yep, which means +1 total. Well, that was never gonna hit anyway.
Yeah.
I rolled a 4, got a 5 total.
That misses. So
That's like
upon
sometimes.
seeing this thing climb up onto the lip that Nona is on, it takes shots from both sides that just miss barely, and it is going to take another stun baton hit.
Cool.
So this articulated tail swings at you, and no one can hit in this battle. It rolls an 8 to hit.
It does not hit me.
So Nona and this thing are in a fight to the death. It is now, Alex, your turn again.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, so you see it and you shoot at it.
I'm gonna shoot at it again. Just kind of
Gonna
laying.
miss.
I'm laying on the trigger. Yeah. 14.
That is again a miss.
Are you sure?
It was a miss last time.
Uh-huh.
What if it just got worse?
Micah, you already took your main action.
I took my main action. I hate this ladder so much. Can I move up back to the main platform now, or is that too far?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Thank you. All right. I'd like to move up, right behind it, basically just on the level part of the ladder, and swap out my rifle for my I-beam, which is an on-turn action.
That's 2 different move actions.
It's an on-turn action.
Oh, switching out. Oh, because it's an actual telekinetic thing. It's not actually switching out. Okay.
Right. I'm not attacking. I just want to prepare that.
Yeah. So you're not necessarily putting thing away. You had a rifle at one point and now it's an I-beam.
Yeah. Basically, it's got to flicker out the armory, flicker in a new thing.
All right. No,
it's time to club it again.
You're like, get the fuck off.
Yes, that is exactly what Nona's like.
Roll to hit.
Verbatim.
This is slightly inconvenient. Nope.
All right. It takes another. So it sees that Micah has come up now, and it takes a swing at Micah.
Thank goodness.
It got a 19.
Wow. That actually hits me. What the fuck? That's not fair. That doesn't happen.
And it's stun tail, which is a D8.
Ooh.
It does 5 points of stun damage to you, Micah.
Okay.
So this thing whips around and it touches you at the end of its tail, and you just feel this surge of electricity come through you.
So the stun damage basically acts like normal damage until it would kill you.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So I'll take 5 damage.
And Alex, it's your turn again.
I shoot it.
I try really hard
and
to shoot it.
This time I'm gonna hit it. 14.
No.
We're gonna
Cursed.
die in a vent.
No.
Okay. I'm reading through things. I might as well just take the time to switch out to my gun that I can use in melee range without the attack of opportunity thingy happening.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I guess I will take my time to switch weapons.
I think that might also incur an attack of opportunity.
Does it?
Does it not?
Well,
so.
The thing between like two-handed and one-handed ranged weapons, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Here?
I'm talking. Kirsten would be switching weapons
Oh, I don't know.
in
about
melee range,
that.
which generally incurs like
Is that
something,
so?
but
I can't
Totally fine.
exactly
Just do it.
fighting withdrawal either because it's just standing right next to me, right?
yeah,
There's no
nowhere to withdraw to. Kind
I mean,
of.
if you have a pistol like
Unless you want
ready,
to
if you have
throw
them both
yourself
ready,
over the railing and try and attack it while hanging there.
You can just try
That'd
and
be
stay
very
super
cool.
defensive.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally
I get
fine.
like somebody's gotta hit it at some point.
Mike
I
is
will be
pro-
trying
Mike
to
is
hit it, I
probably gonna
promise.
miss.
Okay, in that case, I will total defense then.
Okay, I believe that adds like 2 to your AC or something.
And it's 2 to my AC, and I become immune to shock damage until my next turn.
Okay, cool. I haven't been doing shock damage. Oh well. It was now its thing, and it was able to hit you, Micah. So it's going to try and hit you again. It does not hit. It got a 6.
No.
what is that like?
Micah, no,
missing?
Alex.
I shoot it. This time I hit with a 19.
19 hits.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
What do I roll? What's damage?
For a laser pistol.
No, it's a rifle.
Oh, you're firing with a rifle. Yeah,
I was planning on it.
Laser rifle looks like
the-
it's 1d10.
Laser rifle.
There we go.
1d10.
I got
As
it.
long as it's the same as mine.
Yep,
10.
it's dead.
Yes.
Thank
So
God.
it gets shot right in its torso and sort of slumps over the handrail and then also falls.
I like to
into-
imagine that the reason Alex
The,
kept getting 14s is because he just had the trigger down the whole time. And he was just kind of like, ah! And then one of them finally hit.
So that was
Yeah.
all of them. The
We
combat
did
is now
it.
over, and I assume you're like, we need to get into this room right now.
Yeah, please. No, the code.
Yeah.
Eh?
Like I wanted to let people
No,
take
the
them.
code.
Fine, I'll put in the fucking
No.
code.
So I
I
assume you guys
swear
are
to God, if
gathering
there's-
back around.
That
where
was
the
sort of what I
elevator
was
is.
kind of hoping to wait for, but I can also just open the door while everyone's on the infernal ladder.
Well,
We're moving. We're already behind schedule. We don't even
Right.
have a watch to keep time.
you open up the console, you type in the password, and in the meantime, Micah steps off onto the, like with one foot on the
Yeah.
platform because it's only so much about for one person.
Yep.
And code goes through just fine. It says
Great.
access granted. And this door that you had, this very big sort of blast door, just opens up.
Cool.
And inside, very dark in there, but there's just this sort of azure glow on the inside of it.
Oh no, blue.
Oh, blue.
Oh.
Do you guys head in?
Yeah.
I want to let Micah go first,
Yeah.
as that was the original intention, and I'm going to take a moment to unhook me from the railing and all of that, and maybe pull out flashlight.
Okay.
How dark are we talking?
Low levels of light, like the amount of light that you would get on like a full moon night kind of deal.
Okay. Yeah, I can flashlight then.
Yeah, that would help
I will
because my
flashlight for
flashlight's
the
broken
party.
for
Yeah.
some reason.
You climbed up the ladder.
Fucking blew up a bomb. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I'm going in.
So it goes Micah, then Nona, then Alex.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So Micah, you see this first, but this room is packed with technology. There are screens laying like all of the walls all around. The inside of this room is almost pill shaped. It's got these very high walls and this curved domed ceiling, and up on the top you can just see wires sort of intertwine everything. Like this feels like a centralized location. And in the middle of this massive room with all of these consoles scattered around it, you see about the size of a slightly larger than a big person, a cylinder, a blue glowing cylinder with scaffolding up the sides of it, emanating this azure glow within it. It almost has this sort of like crystalline structure. And you hear a voice speak out to you. Dr. Calvin, is that you?
I throw an EMP grenade.
No, you bastard! Oh my God.
No.
Please don't.
I mean,
Oh, fuck! No!
Enough of this.
And after that sort of first initial wave of shock, the voice calls out again. No, you're not Calvin. Who are you?
I am stepping forward and gonna address that thing. We can wait until next time.
We're going to wait until next
But
time.
I'm taking the lead on this one, is all I'm saying.
And that is where we'll end today's episode.
If the next episode is not entitled "My Sister is a Space Station," I'm going to be very, very
I'm going to
disappointed.
write that one down.
My life as a teenage space station.
You know, that's a good one too. Could change the intro music.
For some reason, shooting upwards was a step too far for Alex. Shooting down is fine. I can imagine putting like a foot on the grate and aiming down this way, but not like.
Yeah, because then you got to like lean up against it, right?
I should have stayed in the middle. Everything went wrong, but I